area in the world, and no place else were mortgages existent.
All those programs came with a big catch.
You had to meet certain criteria, and one of them was that there could be no change in the racial makeup of a neighborhood.
The presence of any African Americans in a neighborhood meant that a neighborhood was colored red on the maps that were used by banks created by the Homeowners Loan Corporation to determine whether or not a neighborhood was safe for lending. The neighborhoods that were home to African Americans were given the letter rating of D, the lowest rating possible, and it meant it was very difficult to get a federally backed mortgage in that neighborhood.
White subdivision owner wanted to build housing in the city of Detroit. He was told that you had to separate that from what was a historic community called 8 Mile, Wyoming. In that particular area, you have to separate your white subdivision from this particular black neighborhood, or else we won't approve the loan.
So the developer constructed a foot-thick, 6-foot-high cement wall, runs for a half a mile between 8 Mile Road and Pembroke, north and south.
This is the wall that used to demarcate where they're going to have the white neighborhood from the black neighborhood. One side black, the other side white. Just simple as that. When the redlining at its most literal. We're going to throw this wall right down here. It ain't been a real wall. You see yourself in it, so you become part of the picture. It's very well done. And look at fair housing. Yeah. It's not just that it's here, but that happened. You know, a whole lot of people from the South came up here, black and white, with the same old attitude. Yeah, and the North. Detroit's always been up South. Everybody kind of knows this. They brought a lot of their traditions straight up here. Yeah. Separate but not equal.
This whole auto industry was boom and bust for us. In 1966, Chrysler Corporation had 29 plants in the city of Detroit.
Hear that? 29 plants in 66.
They were the largest employer in the city of Detroit.
Who mismanaged all this? What greed would lead you to be treasonous against our country and take the auto factories overseas? See, what the auto factories does overseas is build assembly lines. And you give them the stuff for 10 cents on a dollar with the engineering and ingenuity. This isn't the fact you're giving away jobs, but it was proven in World War II. Ford was over there. How do you think Germany started their productions? Ford was over there, had car manufacturers and assembly lines and auto plants in Germany pre-World War II. When World War II started, those became, just like here in America, places you built bombers, airplanes, tanks.
Out on Manchester,
Well,
near Woodward in Highland Park.
there you are. They were everywhere. Mismanaged. Let's go overseas. How could you just give it away? And the whole propaganda with the oil industry. I mean, from the beginning, if there's $2 a gallon gas right now, and it's been here and there, that means in 2019 right now, $2, less than $2 a gallon. That means this could have been like this all along. So if you had $2.50, $3, it could be 99 cents a gallon. So if you did this to us, where's our class action lawsuit? We want our money back. It was greed. It was a setup, a markup, gouging. I mean,
They hear you say something about a job, and they tell you where they knew they were hiring.
Everywhere in Detroit. You had to bust us up, the unions. Hey,
So I
camaraderie after World War II,
left
post-World War II,
directly to this DeSoto
Housing Act, Highway Act.
went to the
Everybody owned homes. You
line
flipped all that. Reagan's years it started all the way through
this line.
uh,
You could ask everybody
the
where were
decades.
they
But
from.
the Reagan years when it started, the Contra affair with Oliver North, the dope.
You walk right
Then you
on
had,
that.
Billings like Bill Clinton even got in. Then the Bush administration, what a mess that is. I mean, everything collapsed.
You know,
But you had Clinton in there. The reason why Clinton got in is because he was the governor of Arkansas. That's where the dope was being landed and distributed in L.A. and it just grew like wildfire. It's all by design. You destroyed, you dummied down an entire generation, crack babies. You dummied down 2, 3, 4 generations all in one mix. Bam, one quick sweep. Why would you educate? You want to educate because we the people want to be educated. United we stand, divided we fall. But big business, corporate, anybody in power, dictatorship, you don't want nobody educated. The more educated you are, the more you fight back, the more you know things. There it is. Fort Detroit. Period.
No, a neon sign, no color allowed.